Hello, fellow map painters. Today we'll be ranking some of the EU4 nations' informables.
Let's get started, Barrick. Which country is first on the list?
First is Albania, which has a pretty weak start and ideas, but is guaranteed by Venice and has a godlike ruler in General Skanderbeg. I think it should go into B tier.
I agree with you, Obama. Put Albania into B tier.
Next, we have Aragon.
Aragon is a great country for potentially restoring the Roman Empire. It has a great ideas for trade and a morale boost, plus it starts with the union with Naples.
I'm surprised that you like Aragon, Joe, especially when your gameplay looks like you in Glasgow.
Yeah, that's true, Joe. S tier it is then.
Wait, is this Grenada next? Put this load of crap into rather play Australia tier.
I agree with Donald, put it where it belongs.
Gentlemen, please. It is not Granada. That's Andalusia. And what's more, and it has great ideas, custom missions, can establish its own Iberian orders, and has a superior government reform, Al-Andalusian Sultanate, which gives minus 10% idea cost.
Fine, put it into A tier because it still requires you to play either Grenada or some Berber country.
I guess it's Armenia on the table next?
Put it into E tier, Barrick. You can form it an interesting region of Caucasus and it has a nice flag, but that's it. Ideas and missions are weak, just as Joe's presidency.
Yeah, Donald, did you see your approval ratings in 2021?
All right, before it goes even further, I put Armenia into the E tier. Next is Austria. If it's player-led, then in 99% of time, it's the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire.
Yep, that's the first country I have done a world conquest with. Austria has a great potential to unite empire and get as many PUs as it can. Put it into A tier Barrack.
What the fuck? Did someone forget to give you your dementia pills or what? There's no way you have done a world conquest, Joe.
Just check my achievements, Orange Man.
Holy shit, that's actually true.
Now let's get a move on to Bohemia, the only one kingdom in the entire Holy Roman Empire. Interesting start and missions. Can change a religion to Hussite or become a Holy Roman Emperor.
Plus it has a gold mine. For what more could I ask for? S tier.
I must agree with Donald. Put it into S tier Barrack.
Next one, Brandenburg. If you want to play it, you must do some maneuvering and pray to RNGesus for good luck. Before it forms into Prussia, I would say that it's mid.
Brandenburg can form into one of the best military-focused nation in the whole game. But before that, I agree with Donald. It's mid. C tier it is.
I see that's Burgundy next. I am happy that it is not this Burgundy from TNO.
Why aren't you happy, Joe? Burgundy from the New Order has just a perfect anthem for you, you know? Burgundian lullaby.
You just fit perfectly into the TNO Burgundy with your political views, you dumbass.
Gentlemen, chill out. Burgundy has a powerful government reforms, but is isolated at the start. To the west, it borders with France, and to the east with Holy Roman Empire. But still, with Burgundian unions, a player can easily conquer everything around. Also, it has a pretty decent ideas. B tier from me.
Just put Burgundy there, Barrack, and let's move on.
Hell yeah, Byzantium is next.
Byzantium is great for someone who likes challenge and playing against the all odds. You start just before the Ottomans would declare war on you, have limited resources and diplomatic options, and internally it's very weak.
I guess we can all agree it's an A-tier nation, but as a fun fact, the people of Byzantine Empire never called themselves Byzantine. They continued to refer to themselves as Romans.
All right, the next is Castile, so that means it has to be Joe's favorite nation because of colonizing.
Put it into an S tier Barrack.
Joe, don't get me wrong. Castile is a great country for first run or two, but later it is pretty boring, especially when you just go into colonizing. But the ideas are nice, though. I would go for C tier.
Really, Obama? One of the best colonizing nation out there and you give it C tier?
Yeah, no wonder you like nations that you can play while sleeping, Joe.
Oh, next is Commonwealth. I would go for...
It's S tier.
May I ask why, Donald?
Anyone who can beat Russia and the Ottomans is going straight to S tier.
Fair point, Donald, but I think Commonwealth should go to B tier. It's fun to play, but even more if you play as Tengri.
So, B tier it is. Now, Sultanate of Delhi, I think it's B tier as well. Ideas are okay. It can expand in many directions and even form Mughal Empire if you culture shift.
Hell yeah, land of Ragnar Lothbrok is next. Let's go.
Hold up, Donald, before you say anything. I think Denmark should go into D tier. Sure, it has some advantages, but area to expand is mainly Novgorod and Baltic coast. It starts with disloyal personal union, has mid-ideas, and borders empire to the south.
Yeah, but Danish Navy is great and can compare it to the English one. I'm here with Donald Barry. Put it into the C tier at least.
What the fuck is this?
I believe it's Desmond Donald, small Irish nation to the south of Ireland.
Nobody even plays there. Put it into E tier and move on.
The next is England.
Put them into A tier, but only because England can create the almighty superior United States of America. Obama, I think you want to give an S tier for the next one.
I have roots in Kenya, not Ethiopia. Anyway, you're a bitch.
I think we should give Ethiopia a B tier, can become easily regional superpower, has some gold provinces, but from the other side, Ethiopia is near Mamluks, and after them the Ottomans. Oh, and ideas are mid.
Now let's get a move on to France.
They helped us against the British, straight to S tier.
Sure, but they have good military as well, especially these 15% morale and 5% discipline in ideas.
Fair point, gentlemen. Now it's Germany.
When you form it, it's basically game over for enemies. Ideas are goated. S tier.
Ha! I knew it. Your administration is really just like...
Don't continue this thought, Donald, unless you want this video demonetized. I would agree with you, Joe. But in this situation, I think vassal swarm of Holy Roman Emperor is better. I'll put Germany into A tier. Now it is Grenada, Donald.
Put this shit into rather play in Australia tier.
I played it once, and I'll never do that again.
Yeah, I too think that Grenada is very weak, and only pleasure coming from playing this nation is forming Andalusia. Straight to Australian tier.
Oh no, it's them again?
Unfortunately, yes, Donald. I would put them in the same place as England.
It's A tier then. What do you guys think about Hizen Kaifa?
Yeah, it's in the region that is very well known to American citizens. Soldiers, to be more precise. Australia tier from me?
I think Australia tier is a little too harsh. I would go for D tier.
Since we didn't place any nation in the D tier earlier, I will go with Joe. It got some missions in the recent update, but still. It's one province minor between the Ottomans, Mamluks, and Timurids. Holy Roman Empire is a nice, formable nation, but in reality, you're forming it only when you conquer whole world with vassal swarm. E tier from me. What do you guys think?
I think you got it straight to the point, Barrack.
I agree with you guys. What's next on the list?
Next is Hungary. I never had much fun playing them. It's D tier from me.
Hungary is in pretty hard position to play. To the north is Poland, and in most of the times Lithuania. To the south, the Ottomans. And to the west, Austria and Holy Roman Empire. Good ideas for cavalry combat, but if you want to play for cavalry, you play Poland or any horde. I would place it in C tier.
I think Joe might be cooking here. C tier it is. Now Ireland.
Poor people had to live near British for so many years. Put them into S tier.
I think S tier is a little too high, especially when it's hard to form Ireland. I would place them into A tier.
I agree with you, gentlemen. Now let's proceed to the next nation, which is Italy.
I think 2 words should do the job for me, Roma Invicta.
Now you're talking, Donald. It's S tier.
Italy has great ideas. It's not so hard to form, especially when you play in Holy Roman Empire, and has an access to 2 end nodes, which are Genoa and Venice. Besides, it's Rome. S tier.
Should we skip this one, Barry? I mean, Joe was alive during these 2 events that occurred in 1945.
There are only 4 years of difference between us, Donald.
That's true, Joe, but I'm just in better condition than you. You look like a mummified corpse.
Okay, fuck you.
Well, Donald, are you proud of yourself now?
But I just told him the truth. Why should I be canceled for saying the truth? Anyway, he'll get over it and join us later. Carry on with the ranking Obama.
I would put Jaunpur into the D tier. Ideas are okay, but I think it's better to play as Bengal or Delhi.
Okay, Barrack, we should say this together, shall we?
It's S tier. Jerusalem has strong ideas, full place to expand in the Middle East. And come on, it's literally based.
Next on the table is Kilwa, I think.
That's correct, Donald. In my opinion, Kilwa is strong, but everyone around it is weak. Kilwa has many gold provinces and can get even more, has a potential to colonize, has good ideas for trade, but it's mid.
I think Joe would disagree with you, Obama. He likes that sleepy colonizing games.
Yo, guys, I'm back. What did I miss?
Sorry about earlier, Joe, but you should really retire and treat yourself.
Actually, Joe, you showed up just in time to rank next nation, which is Congo.
Yeah, it's good nation to play.
Joe, I smell bullshit. Have you been conquered by Europeans?
I would put Congo into B tier. It does not have many land to conquer, but it's fun to play as you can turn into Christian. Also, ideas are good. Okay, I guess we can take a break. We'll be ranking more nations soon. Take care of yourselves, people.